Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with Yeastar. Today's host is Jason New, and he is their Senior Training Instructor and will be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please submit them in the question box, and I'll ask them of Jason at the end of today's presentation. Jason, thank you so much for being with us today. I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time to join the webinar. And this is Jason from Yeastar Training Team. Glad to be here with you guys. So for today's session, let's talk about something different. Previously, I guess you guys, probably you just may join in our previous sessions for several times. Now, previously we were all talking about some solutions which is based on our old system. The old solution, which is called Yeastar S-Series system, S-Series PBX. Well, today, I guess this is about the time for us to talk about something new, which is our P-Series system. And I guess some of you guys may watched our YouTube live stream before. I guess a couple of months earlier, we actually got a YouTube live stream before. We were talking about this brand new solution, which is called Yeastar P-Series. But anyway, I guess today's session, we can talk about more details of the P-Series system, see what's the difference. I guess this is about the time. Let's jump in. All right. So first of all, guys, as you can see, our vision on the P-Series is we prefer to call P-Series is kind of like the system which can help us to go boundless, because we'll be able to have a more dynamic and more comprehensive solution based on that platform. So have a check here. First of all, as we know, we're talking about the communication solution for business users. And by the way, we mainly focus on the SME users. So take a look. The worldwide PBX system addressable market by seats, currently it's around 436 million, guys. That's crazy. That's, that's a lot, right? So because of that, it basically means this market is huge. So exactly, there's still lots of things we can do there, right? It's a really potential market out there. So absolutely, there are lots of things we can do to promote our business. So talking about that, well, we actually need to start think about it. If you really want to do something to capture this market, to promote your business, especially for Yeastar as a manufacturer, then we actually need to figure out exactly what our customers are looking for. Exactly what are they looking for? That's something so important for Yeastar. Kind of like we just need to figure out our customers' demands, right? Well, I guess generally speaking, our customers' demands are totally changed. Especially in this year. This year we've been through this pandemic issue. We've been through this tough time. It was really bad, nothing good. But this pandemic issue totally just changes the way how we communicate. It changes the way how we work. So for now, take a look. 42% of companies have increased the unified communication adoption with no doubt, especially in this year. And I'm pretty sure this year, this bad situation actually just pushed everything forward. And I guess the unified communication solution, that's absolutely going to be a future-proof solution. That would be something what our customers is looking for in the future. So for sure, if we want to present our customer a new solution, then we're supposed to do something, give them a better solution for unified communication, for sure. And another thing is, take a look, 34% of workers that were previously commuting now work from home. So which makes remote working is another requirement. It's another evolving customer demand. So thinking about all these, reasons or all these, issues we are currently facing. So I guess this is just about the time for Yeastar to do something to present a new solution which is more capable for all of this kind of, evolving customer demands. So this year we actually present a new solution. Generally speaking, because all of this is just the time for Yeastar to present a new solution to our customers, to the market, which is going to be our Yeastar P-Series. So let's take a look. About the P-Series, let me just make it clear at the very beginning. First of all, there's actually something common between S-Series PBX and the P-Series, which is the target market is still the SME users. Now, that's something common between them, but actually they have some differences. All right, for example, Previously, we got an S-Series system. That was a good system, actually. That was a good solution, but honestly, not good enough because, believe it or not, sometimes S-Series PBX is not capable to provide a proper solution for our SME users. I mean, even though we call them SME users, but still, some of them, they prefer to have a better solution. They prefer to have a better user experience, more professional solution. Totally. Just like I posted here, you guys can see PSeries is actually targeting for those guys who have a higher expectations of communication system. So this is exactly the biggest difference between S-Series system and PSeries. Just like I mentioned here, for SME market, that's a huge. So basically, S-Series PBX can cover part of them. And what about the rest of them? The rest of them actually is something what S-Series PBX is not capable for. So this time we get a better solution, which is exactly just designed for the rest of the SME market. So generally speaking, you guys have S-Series PBX and P-Series system this time, you'll be able to get more business for sure. All right, anyway, let's take a look here. So about the P-Series, like I said, our vision on the P-Series is we don't want to create something that's called PBX only on this new generation of system. I mean, this is kind of like a new generation system. So we just prefer to create something more than a PBX. We prefer to create something more dynamic, more comprehensive. Well, this time actually, we just make it. So on the P-Series this time, if you want to have a basic communication solution, that's okay. You take P-Series, basically means you just take the next generation of the communication platform. That's really powerful, that's really functional, with no doubt. But except for that, I mean, besides that, if you want to have something else, just go ahead with our P-Series, because this platform is totally capable for all of these functionalities. For example, this time on the P-Series, you will have a better user experience for some functionalities. Something like we got a call center solution this time, and I do believe this is quite popular in the States. Well, I'm not talking about the big call center. I'm actually talking about the call center solution for business users. Like if I'm running a service center, or I'm running a sales department, or kind of like a tech support. So basically means I will need a advanced queue solution, right? So it's kind of like a call queue feature, but I want to make it be more advanced, which means I will be able to have some sort of visualized panel to manage everything, or is that possible for me to get some data report? That's something what our customers is looking for. So this time it is available there. But anyway, I'll show you guys more details in the live demo later. Okay. And then this time it will also push the UC solution move forward. So this time you will have, we got a UC solution before. It's called Yeastar Linkers application. So previously we got this application on your mobile, on your computer. Well, this time you get another option. If you don't want to get the application, that's fine. That's totally okay. You can actually use our web client. I mean, think about it. This is much easier, much simpler. It's based on the web. So you can simply just take your computer, your laptop, wherever you are. Just go access your web browser. And there you go. You can use the web client. And because it's web-based, so lots of advanced features will be supported for sure, like WebRTC, web dial. So if you want to make a call through your web client, go ahead with that. And if you want to have something else, like even the video conference, all these features are going to be available on our P-Series this time. All right, we have a complete UC solution on this advanced platform for sure. And some other functionalities will be enhanced, of course, like instant message feature, like check your presence. Anyway, and also this time we get operative panel. Honestly, I think operative panel is not a big deal, but it's very interesting. I mean, think about it. Operative panel, usually I just prefer to call this is kind of like a portal for end users to interact with the system directly. I mean, you guys can think about it. Previously, if you're trying to interact with the PBX, I don't think so, because the only way for you to handle a PBX is going to use your IP phone, right? I mean, if you're an end user. So when you try to use your IP phone to handle the PBX for all these functionalities, you're actually going to use lots of feature codes, which are quite complex. That's terrible. Well, this time, because everything's web-based, right? We got a web client, we got a mobile client, PC client. So if you try to interact with the system, or in other words, if you want to handle this system directly, this system will be easy to use for sure because everything's visualized. We just post everything on your screen. So if you want to interact with the system, you want to use the system, then you use the system directly this time. What is the feature code? It doesn't really matter, guys, because even you don't know a feature code, but you can actually use your operating panel, your web client. Anyway, everything's visualized. It's just in front of you. So you can simply use your mouse click or drag and drop, whatever you need there to manage your costs. All right. And simultaneously, we will have some professional solutions, of course, like a contacts management, like remote working solution. That's like a whole package of the remote working solution. We will be able to have a fully encrypted private tunnel for remote access, not just for remote working, not just for Linkus, for everything remotely. All right, everything access to the system remotely, it will be covered by this encrypted private tunnel because we got a full package. It's called remote access service. All right. And this time, PSeries will be able to integrate with more systems for sure. This is going to be a future-proof solution, and I'm pretty sure lots of customers they want to have this sort of customizations, or maybe we can see some personalizations. I think customers they just prefer to have a more flexible solution, which means they will be able to make some customization by themselves. They can create something by themselves. All right, let's keep going. So generally speaking, this time on our PSeries, I guess we have 4 major updates. Let's have a check. Number 1, I guess we have a better user experience for sure because this time PSeries got a new firmware. It's totally a new system, new look, new firmware. And honestly, guys, if you don't have a user manual, that's okay. You can start your configuration in a couple of minutes because the new system, it's much simplified. And here's the deal. If you try to deploy your PBX at the very beginning, we can support NFC. I know it's not a big deal, but it really helps. It really simplifies your configuration. I mean, think about it. Traditionally, when you try to deploy a PBX in your local area network, you actually need to take your laptop, take your computer, connect with your system, and you're going to set the network. Just a few more steps to do there. But this time, you don't need those steps. You can actually just grab your mobile, use the NFC, scan the PBX directly, and you can set the network configuration for the system, directly. And the point is, you don't even need to power on your system. That's something so cool. You can just go ahead with the NFC chip on your mobile, and then connect the power cord, turn it on, and your system going to work on your configuration automatically. It's not a big deal, all right? This feature is not a big deal, but it really helps. It really just tells you guys this time we get lots of enhancement for giving our customers a better user experience, for sure. And secondly is we got some enhancement for functionalities. Just like I said, a pretty good example we have on our system this time is the call center solution. So for example, if I'm running a service center, like a bunch of agents that work in the team, they're going to handle incoming calls from our customers. So I guess this call center solution will be really functional for that circumstance because you will be able, first of all, every single extension user, they have a visualized panel, which is the web client. All right, so if you want to handle that incoming call, you can go ahead with your IP phone. That's totally fine. But if you want to manage those incoming calls, please log into your web client. Everything will be visualized, like how many calls we have there totally, and how many waiting calls do we have there. All right, everything will be posted on this visualized panel, and we can even use this visualized panel for some management. Like I want to transfer this call, or I want to distribute that specific call to agent number 1, agent number 2. I can just use my mouse click or drag and drop directly. And by the way, we will also have a Warboard, another visualized panel, not just for management, but also you can use another visualized panel. It's called Warboard to show the team about the current team performance. Like our average waiting time, customers' average waiting time, SLA, whatever you need there, it will be available, to show our agents on the screen. And more importantly is we're going to be able to generate the report from our system. And the report can show you exactly what you want, like your team performance, your SLA, your average winning time, anyway, all the data you prefer to get the system, it will be generated with a very clear statistics for sure. All right, and I guess meanwhile you can also set a schedule there, guys. Think about it, like every single day or every week, like every morning, I would like to collect the data report from the system automatically. I can do it because I can set a schedule there. Then I can just simply put the contact's email there. Then the system will just generate the report first and send the report to that contact person automatically. Follow our schedule. And thirdly, we have Unified Communication Solution Enhanced this time. So we got a web client, like I said. So you'll be able to have Linkus mobile client, Linkus PC client, and Linkus web client. And because this is web-based, so lots of lots of advanced features will be supported. Like I said, you will be able to have WebRTC. So if you want to make a call through your web browser, go ahead with that. And you can also have video conference for sure. And the last one, I guess, is gonna be business model. So this time we have some advanced features, some advanced solutions, and our business model is also modified. So previously, the S-Series PBX business model is quite simple. It's just hardware business, right? You sell the hardware, you get the margin, that's it. Now this time, P-Series system is you can sell the hardware directly, that's fine. For those who just prefer to have a basic communication solution, I guess you can take the P-Series directly. But for those who prefer to have a advanced solution, wow, this time you're actually gonna need to subscribe our plans. So on our P-Series system, this time we will have enterprise plan. And I guess by the end of this year, we're going to release another plan, which is called ultimate plan. So we will have two plans. They're totally subscription based, value-added services. So some advanced solutions, we just package them and we just put them in the subscription plan. For example, like a call center solution. So if I'm a basic business user, I don't need a call center. I don't need to subscribe it. But if I need a call center and I need an advanced solution for remote working or something else, anyway, we actually make this package. It's subscription based. So even for the business model, it will be a little bit different this time. So it's good for everyone actually. I mean, think about it. Those advanced features are easy to use, are easy to manage, and even easy to configure. And the point is, you can just sell the package, you can just sell the subscription to customers directly, and they can use it directly. So it's pretty easy for everyone, easy configuration. And of course, we're talking about business. This is also going to be easy money. All right, let's have a check here. I got a few screenshots, just want to give you guys a quick look here. Then I will show you more details in the live demo. All right, let's have a check here. First thing we have here, this is going to be the new firmware. Now, if you're working as the super administrator, jumping to the system, start your configuration, honestly, like I said, even there's no user manual, I think you can start your configuration directly with a couple of steps there. All right. So once you jump into the system, the first thing we have here is going to be this real-time dashboard. So whatever the system happened, or whatever the configurations you have there, it will be displayed on this interface directly. It's a real-time feedback for sure. And if you want to start your configuration, just like I said, you can follow the sidebar. You guys can see on my left hand, there's a sidebar. You can just follow the sidebar, the left side column. We got a few items. So you just follow those items step by step. There you go. That's just the way how you deploy your system in a few steps. Pretty simple. All right. And also we will have the operator panel for every single extension user. So every single extension user, first of all, they will have their web client. And when they jump into the web client, they will be able to use the operator panel. And this operator panel is completely under our configuration. It's under our control. For example, like I just set extension user 2000. I just make his user permission as the supervisor. So basically means he will be able to use this operator panel for all kinds of operations. First of all, he will be able to use this operator panel to manage some specific extension groups. And secondly is some costs for those agents, for those sales managers. Anyway, for those extension users. For this extension user, 2000, this particular guy, because he's the supervisor, so he can actually use the operator panel to handle those costs directly. Like I said, call transfer, call monitor, even call parking. Anyway, I mean, I would just use my mouse click directly. That's the only thing I would need to do here. So all the previous operations which were requiring for feature codes, now this time forget about that. It really doesn't matter what feature code we have there because I don't need a feature code. I would just use this visualizer panel for everything. All right. So generally speaking, this time we got lots of updates on our system. Not just that. All right, let's take a look. We have a new interface, we have a new firmware, totally. So the whole system looks different, easy to manage, easy to start your configuration. And this time we will also have the NFC chip inserted on our system. So if you try to deploy your system at the very beginning, just like I said, you don't even need to power on your system. You can just grab your mobile with this NFC scanning, and you can set the network configuration directly. And by the way, our system this time, we also have the row-based granular permission. So like because every single extension user, they will be able to use their web client. Then we probably need to start think about how about the user permission? How do we manage that? Well, we actually have some presets. On our system, we have a bunch of presets like administrator, supervisor, employee, accounting. So you can totally just set different user roles for different extension users. I mean, you can just use our presets directly. So different extension users, they will have different user permissions to manage our system. Because that's something very interesting. You know, this time for every single extension user, they can use the web client for their personal preferences, for their operations, and simultaneously they can use the same page. I mean, just the same page on your browser. There's a button for switching. You click on that button, you can switch it back to the configuration portal. And this row-based granular permission basically means if you switch it back to the configuration portal, what can you do there? It depends on what kind of user roles are you getting there. All right. And also we have extension group for extra flexibility for sure. So like I got a sales department, I got a tech support. Anyway, because we have web client this time, so you can create a bunch of extension groups there for your easy management. All right. And something else very interesting is we have smart and custom voicemail greetings. I mean, this is just an example. When you guys take a look on the PSeries system, you'll be able to figure that we have more. I mean, this time we have way more customizations on the PSeries. In other words, we just prefer to have a more kind of like a more personalized system for our customers because we don't want to create a standard, all right? Because for SME users, they don't need a standard. They will prefer to have a more flexible system which can totally be the one for themselves, right? So you will have more personalization there, you will have more customization there. You can totally make the system be the one which you prefer. All right. And generally speaking, because all of that, so this time we will have enhanced UC functionality for sure, UC function for sure. So expanded presence, status options, with no doubt. All right. And about the call center solution, let's take a look here. All right. About the call center solution, this time we'll put it on our PSeries. First of all, this is this feature. I mean, this solution is based on the basic feature, which is ACD All right, it's just based on the queue feature. So, but the problem is, you know, if you only have a basic call queue feature, your functions are actually very limited. For example, if you only have a call queue feature, you can only distribute your customer calls to a proper destination according to your system configuration. That's it, nothing else. And as for the way how you manage your queue, I don't think so because everything is invisible. It's totally based on your phone. But this time, this call center solution just make everything visible. All right, make everything be the visualized. We will have the panel because every single user have the web client. So I would simply just need to enable the user permission for manager. So if I'm a manager, I will be able to use the visualized queue panel to manage this queue directly, even for some operation simultaneously. And then we can also have a visualized panel, which is called the Warboard. And that thing is actually the platform which can just show our agents about the current team performance. Like we just want to figure out how many waiting calls we have there. How about the average waiting time? How about the SLA? we can use the Warboard. That's a real-time feedback. And more importantly, just like I mentioned at the very beginning, we can generate a very detailed statistics. Whatever you need there, you can just get from the PBX. And you can even set a schedule there. So like every Sunday morning, so our system gonna generate the report, and we're gonna send the report to contact person. For sure, that's exactly what we can do with this, the advanced queue management solution, or we can call call center solution. So anyway, I guess this is better for me to show you guys in the live demo. So let's just switch it on my browser. Take a look. All right, now you guys can see I'm just switching back to my browser here, and this is gonna be the P550. All right, we totally have 3 models this time, P550, P560, and P570. Let's take a look at this. All right, now I'm not going to use the super administrator to log in because this is not a technical training. I don't wanna show you guys like how do we configure the system. I just wanna show you guys exactly this system, how easy can we use the system. All right, so you guys can see I'm going to use my extension information, which is extension 2000 with my personal password. Let's jump into the system directly. Now actually this is going to be the web client. Take a look. So the first thing we have here, this is exactly the web client for extension 2000. So when I jump into the system, the first thing I have here is just going to be it's actually just all of our extension users. I mean, my colleagues, for example, my colleagues, other extension users, they're going to be posted here, and I can check their presence. For example, like Italian currently is available, Ramon currently is unavailable. Anyway, I can just figure out their presence directly here. And advanced feature, like I said, we can support WebRTC. So if you want to call a very particular user, a very particular extension user like Tillian, if I want to call him, I can just click on call, make this call to Tillian directly. This is exactly something I can do. So you guys can see it's calling right now. Well, obviously no one's gonna pick it up. I guess Tillian, I don't even know who is Tillian. All right, this is just a test PBX. This is just a PBX for a training team. So I don't know whose IP phone has been registered on this extension. Let's just hang it up. All right. And I can also start a web call if I want. I'm sorry, the video call. If I want to call him with the video call, I can also do it. This is exactly what we can do with this web client. So here we go. All right. And then, so anyway, the first thing we have here is just gonna be the, you guys can see this is gonna be all of our extensions are gonna be posted over here. And let's keep going. Something else we have here is the contacts. All right, so if you set your contacts on the PBX, which is the contact management, we do support that feature. So if you set the contacts on your PBX, then if I have the user permission to manage the contacts, here we go, I will be able to check our company contacts. They're all going to be synced over here. Currently, I don't have them. And here's the video conferencing. So if you have a video conferencing, you can actually go access this place. Well, actually, guys, I guess some of you guys probably will have a question. Some of you guys probably will ask me, hey, Jason, I saw that maybe I don't have this video conference feature, and I can't even use the web client, the web RTC for making a call. What was that? Well, actually, because that version, this new firmware version, we didn't release it. All right, it's available now. It's all ready now. Everything is get prepared now, but we just didn't release it. All right, because December we have Christmas, so I guess we will release this new firmware after Christmas, which is going to be by the end of this year or maybe January 2021. But what I want to tell you guys is all the features I mentioned, they're all ready. They're all get ready. All right, let's keep going. The next thing we have here is just the operator panel. All right, so according to my configuration, I'm actually the supervisor to run this operator panel. So if there's an incoming call or some outgoing calls, anyway, they're all going to be displayed on this panel. And if I want to distribute that call to a particular user, I can just drag it and drop it to the particular user directly. And for some call management, like call monitor, call transfer, anyway, whatever I want to do there, just like I mentioned, guys, now you have a visualized panel. Why do you need a feature code? You don't, right? You can just use your mouse click for everything. This is what we can do with the operator panel. A pretty good way for an extension user to interact with the system, because whatever you've done on this panel, you actually just do all the operations on the system directly. All right. Next thing we have here is going to be the call center console. All right, take a look. This is just the panel which I was talking about before, the Warboard. It's a real-time feedback about your team performance, like how many missed calls you have there, how about the max waiting time, what about the SLA? They're all going to be displayed over here. And if you want to make a customization, you can click on edit here. You can make those widgets a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, whatever you want. This is totally customizable by yourself. All right, and more importantly is this Warboard, we can actually take it out of my browser. For example, I'm gonna switch it on my desktop so you guys will have a clear look. Take a look. Now this is on my desktop. If I click on this button, there you go. You can actually take the Warboard out of your browser. So you can post this on your multiple screens for sure. And on the left side corner, you guys can see I'm currently managing multiple ring groups. I'm sorry, call queues. So I can just make a switch. Like currently it's the service 101. I can actually switch it to my sales department. Then I can also take my sales department out of the browser. So here it's for the sales department, and this one is gonna be the service center 101. There you go. All right. All right, so this is about the Warboard, and let's just switch it back. Okay. Another thing we have here is actually the the visualize the panel for you to manage your service center. All right, for example, like if I just switch it to the service center 1, all right, any call go for service center 1, it will be displayed on this panel directly. So if I want to distribute that call to Tillian or to Ramon or even to Jesse, I can just do it directly. And for those agents who are dynamic agents, who are static agents, are quite clear. For example, like accountant 1006, this is actually a dynamic agent, so I can log him out and I can log him in, right? And for static agent, I can actually pause him or pause her, whatever I want. I can just do it directly here. I'm sorry, guys. Currently, I don't have any call here, so I can't show you guys how to operate those calls. But if you guys have a PSeries system, you can just give it a test. All right, it's pretty simple. All the operations can be handled by mouse click and drag and drop. And by the way, on the top side, this is going to be a real-time feedback about your team performance as well. Okay. The other settings we have on this web client, it's just something for your personal settings, like your call logs. They're all going to be synced over here. And here's your voicemails. Here's your recording. So if you have some recordings, they will be posted here. Then the last one is going to be your preferences. All right, so like you want to change the photo, you want to change your name. Anyway, you can just do it here. Then on the left side corner, you guys can see here, Access Management Portal. This is exactly the button I was talking about. So if you click on that, you're gonna switch it back to the configuration portal. And as for what can you do on this configuration portal, it depends on what kind of user roles are you taking there. Now currently, this extension 2000, the user role, it's actually the administrator. So you guys can see if I switch it back to the configuration portal here, I'll be able to do whatever I need to do here. All the system management, configurations, modification, maintenance, they're all going to be available for extension user 2000. All right. Anyway, I guess I'm going to switch it back to slides there because we still have something left. All right, so let's get back. Okay. So here's a few screenshots, just like I said, all right? For call center solution, we're gonna have this Warboard, we're gonna have this queue panel, they're all visualized and totally under your control. Make your management, make your configuration, make your operations much easier, much simpler. All right. And by the way, all these features are totally based on WebClient, just like I showed you before. So because of that, this time, we actually get a complete UC solution with no doubt. Now, our Linkus this time, it can give us a real stay connected anywhere, anytime solution. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether you want to use the application or not. Some customers, they don't want to get the application. It's okay. If you don't want to get the application, you can actually use your browser, log into the system directly because you got a web client. All right. And this web client is really powerful because it's web-based, so it's much easier than ever before, even for Yeastar to make some development on the web client. All right, so some advanced features are quite easy to realize, and I mean the point is for our customers, they will have a better user experience. All right, because a good system, I mean, a real good system it's something like it doesn't matter how many features you have there. It's supposed to be the one which is really handy. That's a good system. So I guess the web client, all this visualized panels, anyway, they're totally a handy. They just totally make our system be a handy system, a really easy to use system. All right. The next thing is going to be the subscription plans. I guess this is not a big deal. It's just subscription-based service. So on our PSeries this time, we will have enterprise plan. And I guess by the end of this year, we're going to release a new version with ultimate plan. So enterprise plan, currently we have remote access service. We have call center solution. We just put them in the enterprise plan. And for the new ultimate plan, I guess we're going to have video conference and something else. But anyway, if you guys have a PSeries right now, you can actually have the enterprise plan. And currently, we just call Linkus Cloud Service and call center. But once we have the new firmware version, I guess, just like I said, by the end of this month, so we will be able to have new, Linkus Cloud Service, it will be disappeared. Well, actually not disappeared. It will be reformatted. We're going to make a whole package for remote working. It's called Remote Access Service. All right, so take a look. Currently, this is what we have for plans. If you got the PSeries system, that's just a basic plan. You don't need to subscribe it. Everything is just deployed on the system directly. You can use all these features directly. And if you want to have some additional features like call center, like remote working, you're gonna subscribe our enterprise plan for now. All right. And about the hardware, let's take a look. Let's take a quick look here. About the hardware, not a big deal. This time we just have 3 models. We only have 3 models, P550, P560, and P570. All these 3 models, they can support NFC. So if you want to use the NFC for network configuration, just go ahead. The NFC chip, the NFC tag, is actually deployed behind the Yeastar logo. So on the front side panel, there's a Yeastar logo behind it. It's our NFC tag. So you can just use your mobile, scan the logo. All right, here I guess some parameters from our datasheet. Let's take a look. So generally speaking, all these 3 models, I think they're quite a solution for, especially for people who are working in the States. This is exactly the solution they're looking for. So you guys can see this time PSeries system, the entry level of PSeries is start with 50 users. And I think that's okay. That's totally fine for our local market, right? And for P560 and P570, these 2 models are customizable for system capacity. So if you want to change the system capacity, you will be able to have maximally 500 users on P570. All right. Okay. And for use cases and some solutions, I think let's take a look here. For some basic business users, for sure, I guess I just highly recommend our customers to take PSeries, all right, because this is absolutely going to be a future-proof solution. Whether you have the special requirement of call center or not, that's okay. Even you don't need a call center, but I still recommend you choose the PSeries because this is a better solution. It's an enhanced solution. It's going to be a future-proof system. And the point is, more importantly, is it's really easy to use, easy to manage, easy to maintain. So it's good for everyone. It's a simple system, all right. And of course, you will have a professional user experience on this P-Series system with no doubt. Now, as for some other users who have a special demand or requirement, anyway, absolutely you're going to choose the P-Series, like a call center, like a service center. You will need a professional solution for that. Well, only P-Series is capable for it. And as for mobile workers and remote workers, and even for multiple offices, just like I mentioned at the very beginning, our vision on the P series is we're going to create a more dynamic and more comprehensive system on this P series. So absolutely, you choose the P series. You just choose the future-proof solution. Whatever you want to have, whatever you want to customize there in the future, this system is totally capable for that. We got a better quality. We get better hardware, high quality hardware, better performance for sure, and more features with no doubt, more integrations. And even for some, projects, sometimes I guess you guys may handle some projects. The P series will be similar. About this part, it will be very similar with our S series system. It's still going to be a pretty, compatible system for your projects. Like for different industries, you want to have some customizations. This system is available for that. So I think you can actually put something all together, like a broadcaster system, intercom system, CCTV system, CRM, PMS. Anyway, you can put all of them together. So you will be able to have a totally comprehensive solution for all kinds of projects. All right. Then what do we expect? I guess I just told you guys something we will have on the P series actually. Take a look. First thing we will have is going to be the video conference, and this feature is ready to go by the end of this year. All right, I've already have that firmware. I just showed you guys. And enhance the link as web client, just like I said, the web dial, the video call, they're also going to be supported by the end of this year. And something will be supported a little bit later, like a remote device management, which is our remote management. Currently, our remote management can support S-Series PBX remote registration for remote maintenance, troubleshooting. Well, the new remote management will support template configuration and auto provisioning. So it basically means, we're actually gonna, use the new remote management for all the registered PBX configuration with the template directly. And then the last one will be more integrations. So more integrations for CRM, for team collaboration will totally be supported for sure. All right. So guys, I guess that was all we have for today's session. Keep it be a little bit tight. All right. Hopefully everything's clear for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, I think you can drop your questions in the chat panel. All right.
Thank you, Jason, for that wonderful presentation. And yes, it looks like we've got some questions ready to go here for you. Right. Here's the first one. First question. Who is your typical customer? Yeah, who is your typical customer for the P-Series models? Is it schools? Is it sales service centers? Is it government facilities? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, sure. The major customers will be basic business users. That's actually the major target. And as for schools, for government users, for some other industries, it depends on our partners, because sometimes our partners, they're handling some projects. Some projects is a little bit special, so they probably, like a government, like a school, they want to have more customization. So for that circumstances, absolutely you choose our system. That's totally supported because our system is really capable for that customization. But once again, like I said, the major target, it's going to be the business user, like a basic business user. I'm running a business, I'm running an office there, and I just need a communication platform, UC platform anyway. So that will be the major target.
Thank you, Jason. Can you tell us, is the app both Android and Apple friendly?
Yes, sure. The Linkus application, the mobile application, we support both your Android phone and your iPhone for sure. You can actually search for, you can search the link Yeastar Linkus on Google Play and App Store. You can find it.
Thank you, Jason. Next question here. You mentioned a little bit about monthly service charges. Can you tell us about any service charge fees? You touched on that a little bit. Can you expand on that a little?
Service charge. What do you mean service charge? Which one?
Well, for the PSeries, is it free monthly, or is there any monthly charges for the entire service?
Okay, I got it. For the PSeries, if you only need something basic, let's have a check here. So if you only need a basic plan, the basic plan basically means you just get the PSeries hardware directly. You don't need anything additionally. You get the PSeries, you get all these features. I just mark it in this blue rectangle you guys can see. And for some additional features, if you want it, like a Linux call service, well, in the future, we're going to call this as a remote access service and a call center solution. We actually pack them up in the subscription plan. It's called enterprise plan. So that enterprise plan, it's actually annual subscription based. So for end users, they're going to subscribe this enterprise plan annually.
Thank you, Jason. Next question here. How many calls can the PSeries manage simultaneously?
About the simultaneous calls, let me just show you guys. It's over here. But because different models has different capability. Let's have a check here. For P550, you guys can see. Oops, I'm sorry. All right, for P550, you guys can see it's 25 concurrent calls. For P560, we're gonna have. I mean, originally you will have 30 concurrent calls, and if you wanna, make customization, maximally you will be able to have 60 concurrent calls. And for P570, maximally you will be able to have 120 concurrent calls.
Thank you, Jason. Next question here, how many extensions can one input? Is there different options?
Okay, for extensions, I guess you can, first of all, you guys can see this parameters is exactly what we can do with PSeries. Like a P550 can support 50 users totally. And I think I think probably that question was asking about like how many analog phones can we have there, right? So if you want to know how many analog phones can we have on the PSeries system, well, the P550 can support 8. P560 can support 8 as well, and P570 can support 16. Those are, customized ports. So if you have FXS module fixed it on your system, you'll be able to have those FXS ports for your analog phones connection. But totally we'll be able to have like a 50 users for P550, 200 users maximally for P560, and 500 users maximally for P570. That's it.
Jason, thank you so much for answering all of those questions for us today. And thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. If you have any further questions, of course, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if you wish to view any of these products mentioned or shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again. Jason, thank you so much for your time and your wonderful presentation today. We greatly appreciate and learning very much all this new information about the new PSeries. Have a wonderful day, everyone. You're welcome.